everyone. William Stewart here with USA Darts Productions. Proud and honored to be joined by these two gentlemen in front of me, the WDF VP Corporate or Vice President, Buddy Bartoletta, and of course, Nick Rolls. You've probably seen him before, kind of more standing out as the WDF referee, as well as the WDF Secretary General. So, guys, thank you for joining me here today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Will.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I just kind of wanted to talk to you gentlemen about Seacoast. That's coming up. That's our first, that's kind of a major deal for North America or North American darts, as, it's a WDF Gold event. That's kind of a unique situation that we've got with these gold events. And then as well as Lakeside coming up. We're just about 55 days away from the WDF World Championships at the Lakeside. So I'm excited to do that. Buddy, let's go ahead and chat with you just for a second on, kind of what that WDF Gold event means and what it means for, the WDF Lakeside World Championships.
Well, thanks for having us on, Will. The WDF having a gold event in the U.S. is a big deal. It's a guaranteed spot into the Lakeside for a man and a woman. It took a lot, the ADO and the Seacoast both really stepped up to support this, to support the prize money and the entry fees and stuff to have this tournament, and it's a great opportunity. The Lakeside has been the traditional world championship for was the BDO for years, and we've had a lot of Americans playing it. But it's always been very difficult to get in. We went for a couple of years without having any Americans in until we got back to getting an invite every year. But there's really only ever been one or two tops a year in. And now this year we have an opportunity to have 3 or 4 representatives there. And this gold tournament, now someone could show up and win that's not American, but the odds are hopefully that Americans will be right up there at the top. And it gives an extra boost to a tournament like this. This is going to be watched worldwide. There's going to be a lot of interest in this to see who claims this spot. There's only 12 gold tournaments, right, Nick? 12, yeah. There's only a limited number of gold tournaments, and this is one of them. This is the top of the heap.
Yeah, I mean that's when you're talking about a spot at the Lakeside and a guaranteed spot for just winning. It puts a lot of pressure on those last 2 in the finals. But not only that, but just as you rise through that tournament, the pressure keeps rising and rising more than so in a normal tournament. So it's really nice to have that kind of. I've already seen the England Open where Scott Marsh won, and how just the excitement in his eyes and just how excited he was to get that opportunity was just really impressive. It really was. And it's not new. The WDF has been around since 1976. You mentioned the BDO, but Lakeside has been hosting world championships for 34 world championships. You got 1986 to 2019 where that was held there, and just how big of a deal it is to come back to the Lakeside and have that happen there is really unique, and it's nice that you guys did that. How big or how crucial was that in your eyes to bring that back per se, Nick?
I think it was always our first choice, in so much as you've said it's the iconic place to the world home of darts, isn't it? And to be able to go back to the Lakeside and give the players from around the world the opportunity to qualify to come and play at the home of world darts was always right at the top of our list, if you like, of wanting to bring that back. I think it's also a great chance to give Mikuru Suzuki and Wayne Warren the opportunity to come back and defend their titles, which they haven't been able to do as of yet. So, for them to do it at the Lakeside as well is going to be fantastic. And you're absolutely right, Will. I smiled when you talked about Scott Marsh. I was lucky enough to be at Bridlington when he won. The only scary bit, I think, was when he jumped off the stage. We were a bit concerned that, you know, he might do himself injury and not be able to make the Lakeside. But I know that he went straight on and played in other tournaments, so he's okay. I don't want to put the fear of God into anyone that he's not going to make it.
I kind of thought the same when he jumped on the stage. I said, "Whoa, man, that's getting a little crazy there." But hey, you know, just pure joy and excitement with your friends. You know,
it was. You know, you also said about the pressure that builds up on people. I know that although I wasn't there, I know that Kirsty Hutchinson, for example, was absolutely over the moon at qualifying when she won in Wales, the Welsh Open, and it was like, wow, I'm at the Lakeside. So yeah, you know, it does to be able to control those emotions, to be able to play your game, and then I guess. I'm imagining this because I haven't done it, but turn to jelly at the end of it as if, wow, I've made it. So hopefully you're going to experience the same thing in America.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you know, kind of to mention as well was Fallon Sherrick getting her opportunity in the England Open, and then as well Cameron Menzies getting the win in the Wales Open for the men. So two people there guaranteed to go to the WDF World Championships of the Lakeside, and that's just two big. I mean, all four of those names are pretty impressive to say the least. And you also mentioned Wayne Warren and Mikuru Suzuki. I'm so happy that you did that because those two have been around the scene. You know, Mikuru winning the last two World Championships, and then Wayne Warren with that big win in the last one. And then unfortunately, you know, we saw what happened, kind of the fold out there. Yeah. But it's so. You know, it touches your heart a little bit that's happening. So it's really nice. Yeah, for sure. It's just really nice.
We're glad that we could get that across. Good.
Yeah, and then also, you know, talking about the men and women's side, I did want to mention the prize pool for the Lakeside World Championships. It's pretty impressive to say the least. I mean, you're talking some really impressive numbers on the ladies' side as well as the men's side. I think you're talking. I think. 200,000 pounds overall for the men's side. You know, 50,000 pounds going to the winner, and then I believe 25,000 pounds going to the women's winner. I believe
that's right. Yeah, it's Buddy will tell you one of the things that when we first, God forbid, took on the task of rebuilding, for want of a better phrase, through the WDF. One of the things that we were very, very conscious of was if you like, the lack of opportunity that the ladies have had since, over the last number of years. And it was one of the key things that we have built into our tournaments that we run around the world, where we ask that the ladies winner gets 50% of the money that the men's winner gets, and then you build down in the same way. We could hardly ask all of our countries, of which we have 71 members, to do that, and then say at Lakeside, you know what, we're not going to do that. But at the Lakeside, it would have been completely wrong. And yeah, I mean, I think the fact is there is £87,500 worth of prize money there for the ladies to win at Lakeside in January. In 2019, that was £29,000. So, you know, hopefully the message is coming across to the ladies that there are tournaments out there that can get you to the Lakeside, and then you've really got the opportunity to win a good sum of money. It's been met, I think, certainly with the ladies that I've spoken to, they're all impressed is the wrong way. We don't want to be impressed. It's more a case of great that the ladies have been recognised, if that makes sense. As you know, we want to try and build the ladies' game up. We do need to consider the fact that in our research, when we were looking at what we should do for the prize money for the ladies, the ladies around the world represent around about 20% of the entries that come into all tournaments. So obviously it will vary across the world, but it's around about 20%. So actually giving them £87,000 of 300 as a total does mean that we're actually, shall we say, slightly overweighted towards the ladies. But again, you just need that bit of encouragement to come along. So I'd encourage all you ladies out there to go to the tournaments around the world and help support your colleagues as much as anything.
Well, you also, you know, it's kind of a situation where you guys have also got a top lady kind of involved in the mix. I've noticed with Dita Hedman kind of, I believe she's kind of in the mix a little bit, kind of supporting you guys and kind of guiding you in that direction. I think that has a lot to do with, you know, the support that you're going to get from the women especially having a head kind of lady on the scene who's been involved with women's darts for so long, kind of in the mix, helping out, you know, in the process of that, but also supporting you in the long run. So it's nice to kind of see her. You know, I see her on Facebook every once in a while, mention a few things like that's unique, and it's really impressive to say the least. And to go back to, you know, you, buddy, about the North American dart scene, something I want to mention was the ranking system as well, because the ranking system is a little bit unique, where around the world you see these different little, you know, plots per se, where, hey, your top individuals in these spots also earn rankings into that WDF World Championship, which is just, that means a little bit too, because they don't have to go out and try to, you know, maybe travel around the world, but stay right where they're at and try to get those ranking points by doing that. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that and how much that means?
Yeah, I mean that's something that we really have worked on for a while now, is having the regional tables, because you know, 10, 15 years ago, when the BDO was running Lakeside, it was, you basically had to be in the top of the world rankings to qualify, and it was hard for someone from North America to get there, because, you know, we, even though we had 6 tournaments here, we had 6 tournaments in Canada. You know, if you lived in Europe, you had access to, you know, 30 or 40 tournaments a year that you can get points in. So it was really tough. You know, somebody really had to win all the tournaments in North America, and, you know, and have a good run in the Masters or in a qualifier over in Europe. You know, which is why we only used to get 1 or 2, you know, tops 2 people every year in the Lakeside. So we, you know, being the World Darts Federation, and like Nick said, we have 71 member countries. We want this to be representative of the world and be a world championship. And we know that everyone doesn't have the same opportunity to travel. So we've kind of left it to where the countries can set up their own system, you know, in our system, but their own schedule of tournaments, and then we're going to take the top people from those tournaments and give them a chance on the world stage.
Well, it's really impressive, to say the least, what you guys have done with the WDF system, and I'm kind of looking forward to these next years to come, especially in the next couple days, as well as, you know, a couple months, because, you know, Seacoast is right around the corner. Good opportunity for 2 people to earn their place into the Lakeside World Championships for the WDF. I'm super excited for that one. Remember, that's just 55 days away. Well, thank you, folks, for tuning into this one, as we've had Buddy Bartoletta from the WDF and Nick Rolls here as well. Thank you, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. Buddy, thank you so much. Nick, thank you so much for being here and just giving us a little input on what the WDF does in this Seacoast WDF Gold Event. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Will, thank you
Great.
so much for the opportunity. And before I go, can I just wish everybody the best of luck at Seacoast, and I'll be avidly watching it. Funnily enough, I'm in Ireland next week, so they're doing their gold tournament as well. But we'll all be watching what's going on in America to see which of the 2 players that come over and qualify. So thank you again, and good luck to all you players.
Well, definitely. Thank you. And Buddy, did you want to say anything before we head it out?
You know, same thing. Just wanted to thank you for having us on. Wanted also to thank you for the great job you guys did on our virtual cup last year.
It was good point, buddy. Yeah, good point. Sorry,
great
Will, I should have said that.
Yeah,
it seems like so long ago. It was. I mean, we're right around a year, actually. I mean, I think we have a year from the women's championship. So I'm glad that you guys mentioned it. It was truly a pleasure to do that. I mean, some phenomenal players, and to be able to do that from so many countries. Kudos to you guys for doing that as well. It was really impressive.
That was a cool event. Yeah.
It was really great. It was really cool. Well, don't forget, folks, you can tune in here right on USA Darts Productions for the live streamed action of the Seacoast Open. So make sure to do that this coming weekend, November 12th through the 14th. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate it. See you later.
Hey, thank you, Will.